Okay, so now we're in chapter 9.5 and we're going to be looking at the determinants of matrices. We do not look at Cramer's rule. Cramer's rule is an alternative way for solving systems of equations using matrices. Here are our objectives, and let's begin. So the determinants of a matrix, so here's a matrix, is denoted by the following. Notice the difference with your matrix is enclosed, the elements are enclosed inside brackets, whereas for the determinant, they're using these vertical bars. So when you see this notation, they're telling you to find the determinant. Now for a 2 by 2, because this has 2 rows and has 2 columns, so for a 2 by 2, what you're doing is doing like a cross multiplication inside the actual matrix. So A sub 1 is the first element, it's the element in the first row, first column. It's going to be multiplied by the element in the second row, second column, or it's like a cross. And then you're going to subtract A sub 2 times B sub 1. Whatever this value comes out to be, that is a determinant of your matrix C. Your determinant can be positive or negative, or it can even be 0. This is a definition of a third order determinant. So here I have a 3 by 3, where you have 3 rows and 3 columns. And this is the definition of it. Now, it's good to be able to compute the determinant by hand for a 2 by 2, but for any dimensions higher, so by 3 by 3, 4 by 4, etc., we'll be relying on our calculators. So let's go over our calculator steps. So the first thing you need to do is make sure you get inside the matrix menu. And depending on what kind of calculator you have, that can be different steps. Once you're inside the matrix menu, you're going to scroll over to Edit and then hit Enter. And of course, this is where we get to actually type in our matrix, right? And make sure you have the size correct, and you're going to type in the elements. Once you have your matrix entered, you're going to hit Second Quit, because we have to get out of the matrix, but we have to get back inside the matrix menu. So now it's going to be second, and for mine it's x raised to the -1. Yours can just be a simple matrix button. It all depends on your calculator. This time you're going to scroll over to Math, and you're going to scroll down to DET. It stands for determinant. Now for my calculator, it's my first option, so I'm going to go ahead and hit Enter. Okay, once you have hit Enter, what you need to do is input the matrix. You need to tell them which matrix you're going to find the determinant of. So at that time, you would hit second. I do x to the -1 or matrix. And I usually stick with matrix A, and then you would hit Enter. All right, so let's practice a few problems. On page 928, we're going to start by looking at number 1. And it says, evaluate each determinant. And we have 5, 2, 7, 3. So remember, these vertical bars mean that this is a determinant, and we're going to evaluate it. Now this is a 2 by 2, so we're going to do this one by hand. And remember, it's like a cross multiplication in between. And you start with the 5. So this is going to become 5 times 3. Minus 2 times 7, which is the same as saying 15 minus 14, which is 1. So the determinant of this matrix is 1. Okay, let's move on down to, I'm going to actually add some more into here. So let's look at number 3. So now we have -4, 1, 5, 6. And again, remember, it's a cross multiplication. So it's going to be -4 times 6, and then it's going to be 5 times 1. So -4 times 6 minus 5 times 1, and that's -24 minus 5, which is -29. So the determinant of this matrix is -29. Let's also look at number 5. So we have -7, 14, and we got 2, -4. And again, let's find the determinant. So that cross multiplication, and it is -7 times -4 minus 2 times 14, and that comes out to be 28 minus 28, which equals 0. So your determinant can be positive, it can be negative, or it can be 0. All right, let's go ahead and go to number 25. Number 25, and what do we have here? We have 3, 1, 0, -3, 4, 0, -1, 3, -5. Now this is a 3 by 3, so I'm going to rely on my calculator. You can do it by hand, but it gets kind of tedious and we can make human error. So let's use our calculator. Alright, so with our calculator steps, go ahead and turn your calculators on. Now you need to get inside your matrix menu. Once you're inside your matrix menu, scroll over to Edit and then hit Enter. And this is a 3 by 3, so 3, enter 3. And go ahead and input the matrix. So 3, enter, 1, enter, 0, enter, -3, enter, 4, enter, 0, enter, -1, enter, 3, enter, -5, enter. Once you have entered the last element, which is -5, you'll be able to use the cursors to go up and down to make sure that your elements are inputted correctly. Check for your signs. Once you know your matrix is good to go, go ahead and hit second quit to get out of the matrix. Now you need to get back inside the matrix menu. Once you're back inside the matrix menu, scroll over to Math, and you're looking for DET, which means determinant. Hit Enter. And you should have something like this on your home screen, DET with a parentheses open up. Then you're going to get back inside your matrix, stay under Names, and hit Enter because it should be matrix A. And it comes out to be -75. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at a 4 by 4, number 37. Number 37, and we're going to compute the determinant. So we have 4, okay, so this is a 4 by 4, which means we're really going to rely on our calculator to find the determinant. You may use your calculator, but for your final, you're going to have to know how to do a determinant for a 2 by 2 matrix by hand. So make sure you're actually practicing by hand for your 2 by 2s. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our calculators ready. Get inside the matrix menu, scroll over to Edit, and this is a 4 by 4. And then go ahead and input the elements. Okay, once you have your elements inputted, go ahead and scroll up and down and check to make sure there's no mistakes. Once you are satisfied with your matrix, go ahead and hit second quit to get out. And then you need to get back inside your matrix menu, scroll over to Math, and you're looking for DET, which is your determinant. Back inside the matrix menu, you should be under Names. At that point, just go ahead and hit Enter. It should be matrix A. If you use a different matrix, go ahead and scroll down to that matrix. And then hit Enter one last time, and we get -200. So the determinant of this matrix is -200. Okay, so this will conclude our video for 9.5. If you have any questions using your calculator to find the determinant, please email me.